What's up, guys? How's it going? It's a bit hard to make a video here because it's a little bit bright. It doesn't look bright, but on my eyes it's bright, and I can't hardly see my camera. The little dot that tells me I'm recording or not has the camera switch itself off. So where am I? I'm sitting in the local temple, and nobody's here, which is when I love to come, when there's nobody around. The main temple is across here. This place here, I've shown you a long time ago. I just like to come here and sit. Apparently Utia historians came out here to try to figure out how old this little temple is, and nobody can figure out. There's no records to say when it was actually made. It's really old. Now that the wind's kicked up, I don't know if this is going to disturb the mic. I hope not, because the breeze is nice. Let me see if I can find somewhere to sit so you don't get disturbed. Sit over here on this step. Hopefully it won't be so windy, and if it is, I'm a little bit shielded and I can see a little bit. So where have I been? You won't notice the difference because I had seven videos lined up before. So whenever you watched a video, I had 7 more to go, and I did that for a reason, because I thought if I get sick, I won't be able to. Sorry. I thought if I get sick, then I'm just going to disappear. So that's not cool, not professional. So I had 7 videos. So what I did was, I got sick, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. So I staggered them out. I did about 152 videos every single day without missing a day up till last month around the 20th. Actually, I kept going up to about this month, but then I had a bug, so I staggered them a bit. So I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and tomorrow is the last one. So here I am making the video for either Sunday or Monday, but my plan in the future is to do one Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and maybe Sundays if I can get 4 out. But what happened? Well, when you get chicken pox when you're a kid, and it clears up, it goes away, but the virus lays dormant in the what is it called, on the nerve cell? So the nerves are like a wire, and on the outside there's like a sheath, myelin sheath. So it's like on the outside of a wire you have plastic to insulate the wire. We have nerves. And when the myelin sheath starts to get damaged, that's when you get Parkinson's. And you start shaking and stuff like that. Well, anyway, the chicken pox is the same. It lays in the myelin sheath. So when you get older and your immune system's compromised, it pops up and follows the nerves. So I never had it before, so I don't know when it came, I don't know what it was. But if you look at some of the videos maybe a month ago, you can see that I had like a patchy rash there. And I kept thinking, what is that? What is that? It's like little tiny round, not one color. There's like a pink all the way up to like a light pink. Something like brown, somewhere in that color range. And I was like, what is that? Well, it was coming. And then what did I do? I was staying up late to edit and going to the gym and trying to do things around the house, and my immune system said, nah, I don't like this. Time to have a break. So the rash came on my head, and then some spots came, and then it was all up in here, and then the rash came down here on the inside of my eye and around. You can still see what's left of it. But when did it happen? Well, the pain part, I mean, pain is crazy. It says pain, and I said, But what happened, I think the main part I had was like the last 2 weeks was really hard. The last 10 days was the worst. So I don't like taking medicine. I don't like taking painkillers because everything has a reaction to your body. So I don't want to tell you what I did, but if you're really interested in how I got rid of it, you can email me. There's an email in the behind in contacts and stuff. I can't afford to talk about it here, otherwise I get shut off. But I used some herbs, and it worked. It worked better than I thought, actually. But the pain got so bad, I had to get something. So I tell you how bad I am about not taking medicine. I have everything I need. I can probably stay in my house for 2 months and not even come out, right? I have food, I have everything. But I have ibuprofen. Ibuprofen. John checked the label of it, and it was it ran out in 2011. Another one was 2014, and the last one was 2021. I'm bad tonight. So so she threw them in the bin and then went and got me some new ones. Mine were 500, and she got me 600 milligrams. So I took, so far I think I've taken 7 so far. The first couple days, so the worst days, today's Friday, so I'm thinking the worst days were Friday, yeah, today's Friday, so last Friday was the worst. Friday got bad, Saturday was very bad, Sunday bad, Monday better, Tuesday better, but the last few days it's just been the same. It's lingering, you know what I mean? So I'm on the far end of healing. Is what I mean is I'm on the healing path anyway, and I have energy. If I sit still, I have energy, but the virus travels along the nervous system. So that's why you see, if you see somebody with it, it's like a line, because it's following the nerves, right? So I didn't have any on my body at all. It was all on my head and face. So I've done 2 other videos already, but I can't use them because they look nasty. One of them, I put a hat on trying to hide it, but every time I turn my head, you can see this look like a red line coming around here and all around my eye. I didn't think it was that bad until I looked at the video. I was like, can't use that. So I wasted a couple hours on each video, but today I'm back. I feel, yesterday I went to the mall in Angtong, and today I'm paying for it. All I did is I walked from the car into the Big C, back to the bathroom, which is near the front door, back into Big C, and back to the car, and then no energy. But today I feel okay, and I have nothing to do, so I thought I'm not going to drive far, I'll just come over here. And actually, yesterday was the first time I drove in about 10 days, because, like I said, the virus follows the nerve, and this one, it came from here, went up over my head and down, like I said, but it was on the optic nerve. And Jan was, you need to see a doctor, you need to see a doctor. I'm like, whether I see a doctor or not, it's still going to do what it's going to do, and I'll deal with what happens afterwards. Well, I found out in herbs what can help the myelin sheath grow back. And I got some, and I've been taking some, and I've been taking stuff like that for years. But I got some strong one. You're only supposed to take 1 per day. It's a mushroom, and I've been taking it. And yesterday afternoon, if I put my reading glasses on, covered one eye, and looked, covered this eye, and looked, both the same. So my vision's already back. So, but the virus was in the optic nerve, and the pain was crazy, and so that made the lights, like the sun's over there behind the clouds, but the other day I could not sit outside like this because the light going into my eye was causing a headache or pain, like back here somewhere, but behind the eye. It's, you know, nerves are weird, but nerves and pains are funny. But right now, I don't have any pain or any headache, but I cheated. I stopped taking the ibuprofen, so I took 6, 1 in the morning, when it was bad, 1 in the morning, 1 at lunch, 1 in the time to go to bed. But this morning I got up, so my vision's okay, but my eye was causing pain because I didn't take the ibuprofen before I went to bed last night, so it was wearing off, and so the pain came back. So it started getting too much. So I took one. I took one about 2 hours ago, and I feel okay now. There's no pain. The light's not bothering me. Nothing's bothering me. So the trouble is, everything has a side effect, and one of the side effects is diarrhea or constipation. Well, if you know me well, I always lean to constipation. Dude, sore stomach, but I got some Thai herbs and that works good. But anyway, I'm not one to dwell on stuff like this or keep talking about it, but I just wanted to share that with you so you know what's going on. And I guess if you didn't care about me, you wouldn't be tuning in to see what I have to talk about, right? But anyway, so the bottom line is, the sores are all healed up, the pain's all gone away, it was lingering this morning, the vision's all come back, and just have to let my body rest until the virus is finally put back to bed. And I guess, you know, they say it stays in the body forever, and every time your immune system goes down, it can pop back up. But I was listening to some medical doctors from the US. I think they lean towards naturopath, something like that. And they talked about some plants in the nightshade family that can help to stop it altogether. And I probably already said too much. Somebody will, you know, get flagged and say, "You're giving medical advice." I said, I am not giving medical advice. I'm sharing my story. So to me, like, it's boring. You can't even, you know, when you can't talk freely about what you want to talk from an educated person to another, that's a form of communism, I believe. Anyway, the good news is everything's gone. Just some dry skin now around here. This dry is really dry. Makes my face feel like it's dirty. So I washed it like 5 times already this morning. But that's what making the skin even drier. And I put some face cream on up here the other day because it was so dry. This in here, so dry. But when I go home, I'll probably do it again. So I can say we can put that to bed and hopefully won't come back. But so I haven't been to the gym, and probably not going to go back to the gym for at least another 5 days. Well, I'm not going to go back to the gym until I feel like good. Yesterday afternoon I felt full of beans. I went to bed without an ibuprofen and woke up this morning, and so it's still around, but I can deal with that. Just I'm wasting money because you pay by monthly subscription to be in the gym. But we'll cross each bridge as we go. Anyway, good news is I'm on the mend. Other thing I wanted to share with you, I've been, you know, about, most of you know that I've been building a little studio in my building, and I've been ordering different parts and pieces and learning, and it's been fun. You know, The other day, Jan did a little clip of me, hair all over the place, glasses on, and sunglasses on my head, sitting in my chair. I was deep in reading, and she goes, Kev, I said, what? And I looked, and I said, why are you recording me? The reason the sunglasses is because I was reading the monitor with sunglasses on, because the glare from the monitor was hurting my head, hurting my optic nerve. So that's funny. But what I'm reading about, how, you know, all the different things like streaming, and so where I live, there is high-speed internet right on my street. It wasn't there when I moved there, but it is now. But the trouble is, it goes down. You know, a couple months ago, it was going down like once a week. So if you're trying to do something that's reliable, I just stayed with what I have, and that's you put a chip in a router, and it picks up the signal from the cell tower. Well, that's pretty good for uploading a video, but it's not good for streaming. So talking to AI, I always call her she because she sounds feminine, not non-confrontational, probably why I think feminine, because if it was a guy, it'd be arguing an ego, right? Anyway, she was describing, talking about antenna theory, because I had to get an antenna to connect to a router. So it's a Netgear Nighthawk. That's it. Netgear Nighthawk Mark 1, and it has two little PS9 connectors on it, so you can connect the antenna to it, and it's known because it modulates the frequencies coming through, which makes them smooth and keeps them at one level. So they don't go up and down, they just stay same. So I'm going to put the antenna behind my truck where I park it, because I can see the cell tower, and on my phone I get 460 down and 60 up. So I think that's pretty good. So if I put the antenna there and it goes through this, so she seems to think, AI seems to think, that I'll get 50% more performance, because the antenna is like 2 foot tall. It goes through this Netgear Nighthawk machine router, but it has the way it does things, it smooths it, and it's supposed to be like an industry standard. It cost me 5,000 baht. I think it was second-hand, and it was unlocked, which means it was locked to A&T, but they unlocked it and brought it over here. So 5,000 baht would be about $150 or $60. So I still think I got a deal, because a new one, they I presume new, they're like 10,000 baht. So that would be like $350, something like that. And it works. So, you know, if it works, leave it alone, right? I can't believe this phone's still running, this camera's still running, and hasn't turned itself off. So it'll go from the antenna to the router, and then I'll have a little network, a 4-port network hub, and from there I can run a Cat 6 cable to my house and plug my computer in. So technically I should get over 50% in the house, because the reception in the house is poor, because I built a concrete wall. But it works, just. But I'm okay with it. But when I put it all together, so I got everything now. I just have to, once I feel strong enough, I can start putting together. I think I'm going to build it in reverse. So start with the antenna, because then I know where I have to build a shelf to put the router and hub on. And I'll put a little fan there too to blow on the router, because the router is going to stay on 24/7. And that way I can, and then the network cable I have will run from that into the house. So from inside the house to where the hub is now to the wall of the workshop is 10 meters. I got a 30-meter cable, so I'll have plenty of room. I can connect to the hub, and then that'll come to my existing Wi-Fi hub, plug it into that, and then I can have Wi-Fi in the house like before, and everything else will light up. And then I got a laptop, which I already have, and then I got a video capture card, so that will go in that. I got a dummy battery for my Canon, and apparently there's some settings in the Canon where you can turn it to streaming, and that turns all the little lights off inside, so you don't see the parts like focus and all that, and it can run continuous. And then I can stream from my little studio. So from my little workshop in the middle of nowhere out and into the world on good quality video. And I bought a mic, but they showed a picture of the one I wanted but sold a cheaper version, so I just sent that back. Now I gotta wait 5 or 6 days, well, until the minimum to the 19th of this month, so another week, before I can get my money back. Well, once I get my money back, I'll then order the right one. It's a quad something. So anyway, I think we're good to go. What's up, little puppy? What's up, little puppy? These are temple dogs. There's some small little puppies around. This one's been in the war already. Somebody biting him, or he's got a rash all over him. Look at him. There's some over there. That's the tiny one. Can you see him over there? Tiny one coming. If I said the other day, hey, be nice. Just being friendly. I take them all home, and then somebody said 10,000 because they're all over the place. Look at this little guy. This one's just a couple weeks old. Okay, guys, I'm going to close off and say see you later. Hope you're all well. Buckets of blessings. Rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. Leave a comment. Let me know if you know anything about streaming and so on and so on. Let me know what you think. Later.